What's up everybody, it's Wyvern here, and in today's video we are going to be covering Zweilous. Now, I know I normally do off-meta coverage, but Zweilous is really the main and only dragon that's being used in this cup, aside from Hydreigon and Alolan Executor being legal. Those really aren't viable options, so I wanted to cover Zweilous, since if you know me at all, you know I love dragon types, and I wanted to just go ahead and hop on that. So Zweilous, ranked at number 2 on the PvPoke rankings, very strong Pokemon, actually has a higher win percentage than Umbreon by about 2%, but we'll get to that. Its key losses include most ice types except for Lapras, Glaceon, Glalie, and Walrein, all of which it just barely beats except Walrein, which it beats pretty handily, but I don't think you're ever going to see that one used, so that's not as big of a deal. And then it also loses to Drapion, which most people are running Ice Fang on, so that's kind of an honorary ice type. It also loses to notable bug Pokemon such as Beedrill, Venomoth, Pinsir, Scolipede, and Vespiquen. Now, it does lose to a number of other bug Pokemon, but those are the main ones it loses to that you're going to be seeing here in the Catacomb Cup. And then it also loses to counter users in Sudowoodo and Breloom. It does, however, beat the rest of the meta with a whopping 77% win rate. It's about 2% higher than Umbreon, which is floating right around 75.5%. Now, its notable wins include just barely beating Umbreon and Lapras, Jumpluff, Venusaur, Victreebel, Magcargo, Sableye, and Skuntank. So those are some of its key wins. It's also going to be, like I said, a lot of other Pokemon having a 77% win rate. It's going to be very spammy with that Dragon Breath, Body Slam, and then Dark Pulse with that same type attack bonus to kind of hit something with a lot more power than the Body Slam. So let's hop into some matches and see how Zweilous performs in the Catacomb Cup. These matches are going to be against Wazap7. He is another YouTuber and streamer. His channel will be linked down in the description, so go ahead and sub to him there. We're going to lead Umbreon into Scolipede, so right away this is a bad matchup for us, but we're going to stick in it for a little bit, at least see what we're able to do, maybe get off a foul play. We're going to go straight for that foul play since it gets that same type attack bonus, and it costs less energy to go for, so we're going to see if we can get a shield out of him quick here, or hit him for a good bit of damage, and that does maybe about a third, close to half damage on the Scolipede. We're going to try and switch here, run into a little bit of lag, but we are able to come in and tank this move. We do time the switch right. Now, unfortunately, this is going to do a fair chunk of damage to the Lapras. I expected to be able to tank that a bit better, so that doesn't go very well in our favor. He's going to come in with the Sudowoodo. We're going to go straight for the Surf now. The Sudowoodo, unfortunately, is what I was fearing, having a team of Lapras, Umbreon, and Zweilous. We are going to be pretty weak to that counter, but I was still fairly confident in my ability to kind of work around that Sudowoodo should it come in. So now we're going to decide what we want to come in with here. We are ultimately going to go with the Umbreon since we have energy charged up on it already. Now we are going to shield though, knowing that we are going to be pretty weak to the Sudowoodo. I think we're going to need to expend both shields to try and get around it. So that's my thought process here. We're going to go straight for the foul play since it is going to hit the Sudowoodo neutral and we do get that same type attack bonus. It costs less energy, so I'm hoping we're able to get to another one. He does use his last shield there. So now hoping we can get to another foul play. Unfortunately, he's going to have the charge move priority there. Now, I know I'm able to tank at least one Rock Slide, so we're actually going to let this one through. We're not going to shield this. It's going to get us down into the red, but we are able to get that foul play off. And note, we were able to get in one extra Snarl as well. You'll see it on the foul play icon there. We have a bit of energy charged up. So shields down, that's going to hit him, obviously. And believe it or not, we are actually able to get to another foul play before he's able to knock us out with counter. So even against one of its top weaknesses, Umbreon able to stick in here with the Sudowoodo and able to take it down. So very impressive feat from the Umbreon there. Obviously, whatever comes in is going to knock it out just by looking at it funny. We get that Scolipede coming back in, and now we have Zweilous coming in. And that is just going to be able to Dragon Breath down the Scolipede, not going to be able to do anything about it. And lastly, what comes in is the Drapion. Now, Drapion, like I talked about, is one of those Pokemon that it's going to lose to. However, you'll see with a bit of energy charged up, shields down, that isn't going to be as much of a factor. We are able to get that Body Slam off there. He's just going straight Ice Fang. He knows a charge move ain't going to do anything since I have a shield. So he's going to be going straight for the Ice Fang. We are, however, able to get another Body Slam off, which will take out that Drapion. In the next match, I'm going to lead Venusaur, expecting to catch that Sudowoodo. Since our whole team was weak to it last time around, I expected to see it first Pokemon. Unfortunately, we get that Scolipede, which Venusaur is very weak to, so we're going to switch into Zweilous. Now, Zweilous does technically lose to Scolipede as well, but it's still a close match, so I decided to come in and try and do what damage I could. Unfortunately, he brings in the Lapras, which is also a very close match. I know Zweilous technically beats it, but it's once again very close. So we're going to go straight for that Dark Pulse, expecting not to get a shield out of him right away there. Those Ice Shards, though, definitely going to stack up. We're going to be going for that Body Slam, not going to be able to get to another Dark Pulse before we're knocked out, so we're just going to use our energy here while we still can. Expecting to get a shield out of him here, and we do. So unfortunately, we do lose switch priority after giving it up against the Scolipede. We were able to get the Lapras very low, though, so that is good. We're going to come back in with the Venusaur to try and finish this off, but he was able to charge up enough energy. Now I'm going to go ahead and shield here because I expect this to be a Skull Bash with as much energy as he was able to charge up, and it does end up being that Skull Bash. His defense will be raised, but we're able to charge up a little bit of energy before whatever comes in next. Expecting that Scolipede once again, and it does end up being the Scolipede, so we're going to switch back into the Vespiquen. And what comes in here is his Meganium, so that's pretty interesting. That is one that Vespiquen beats, but I suspect he just brought in the Meganium because he really wants that Scolipede versus Venusaur matchup. He's very confident in that, so he's going to try and do as much damage to the Vespiquen as possible with the Meganium, knowing that it's not going to do much against the Vespiquen or the Venusaur, so he's just kind of getting it out of the way. That's my theory as to why he switched in. Knowing we don't need to switch because it's either going to be a Frenzy Plant or an Earthquake, rather Shield, not Switch, sorry. But knowing we don't need a Shield there, we do miss one or two icons on the X-Scissor here, but it is still able to knock out that Meganium. Now he's going to come back in with the Scolipede, obviously with it being his last Pokemon. Now here we're going to overcharge a little bit, make him think we're maybe going for a Power Gem. We're not going to shield here because I'm expecting a Poison move or a Bug move. It does, however, end up being Gyro Ball, which I did not know it learned, and I'm going to try and go for that Power Gem, but I'm not able to get to it. So unfortunately, we lost all of that energy on the Meganium, not even able to get that X-Scissor off, so that kind of sucked. Now we're going to try and go for Frenzy Plant, but he was able to get his move off first, so we're going to shield. Obviously, it is going to be that Mega Horn, which is going to hit us super effective. So we're going to go for the Frenzy Plant here. I know it's not going to be that powerful since it is double resisted with Bug Poison, but it's our best option at this point. It's better than Sludge Bomb. We are going to get that shield out of him there, and now we're going to be able to go for another Frenzy Plant. This one will hit. Like I said, it's not going to deal as much damage, but we do get that Excellent on it, and it hits for maybe a quarter of his health, and now we are just barely able to farm him down with those Vine Whips to take the win in this match. After not seeing the Sudowoodo in match 2, we're going to keep Venusaur in the back and lead Zweilous. Unfortunately, that doesn't work out in our favor. He does lead the Sudowoodo, and right away I know this is a bad matchup for us. We're going to stick in here for a little bit, try and charge up a bit of energy, and then switch out to catch his charge move. We are able to do that. We come in with the Venusaur, and now we have a Body Slam ready to go on the Zweilous. Unfortunately, Rock Slide does do a lot more to the Venusaur than I thought it did, so it does half health right away, getting it into the yellow. And we come in with the matchup from the last match, Scolipede versus Venusaur. Obviously a losing match for us unless it's in the exact right situation, but typically this is a very bad matchup, as it is here. We hit it with that Frenzy Plant, dealing about a quarter of its health once again, but it's just able to farm us down here and charge up enough energy for whatever it wants. So we are going to come in with the Vespiquen now, knowing anything is going to at least resist or hit us neutral. It's going to be super effective against this Zweilous, which is why we don't come in with it there. And we are going to tank this Gyro Ball. I know it's going to deal about a third health to us, but I know we can tank at least one of them. So now we're going to overcharge here a bit, make him think we're maybe going to get the Power Gem and try and shield bait him with the X-Scissor. Unfortunately, he isn't going to fall for it, as you'll see here in just a moment. So that X-Scissor does go through. Should have just gone straight for that Power Gem, I think. He kind of knows my strategy of shield baiting every now and again, so I think he didn't fall for that one there. We are going to shield just because we have another X-Scissor, and I'm really wanting to be able to take down the Scolipede with the Vespiquen because I know the Zweilous won't be able to do it on its own. However, we are going to come in and just farm it down with the Dragon Breath, charge up a bit more energy, and then we're going to go straight for a Body Slam. I'm expecting that Sudowoodo to come back in. It does end up being a Lapras, though, which is also bad for us. And I know at this point, this match is pretty much over. We've got an almost dead Vespiquen, albeit with a little bit of energy, and then an almost dead Zweilous. So we're just going to go for another Body Slam here to get that second shield out of him. I know we're not going to be able to get to a Dark Pulse anyway, so I don't want to chance that We are able to get that second shield out, but the Zweilous does go down, so not as effective there as it is in the first 2 matches. And obviously, like I said, this match is at a loss, but we're going to go straight for that power gem just to see how much it does on that Lapras anyways. It does a solid chunk of damage, maybe a little over half, but in the end, it doesn't matter. It's nice to finally be able to use Zweilous in a Silph Cup, and I think Catacomb Cup will definitely be its time to shine. Coming in at number 2 on PvPoke, like we talked about, it is certainly a force to be reckoned with in the Catacomb Cup. As you saw against Drapion, given an energy advantage, it's able to flip some of those losing matchups into wins. And against Lapras, although it did lose, it was able to take out 2 of its shields before it was knocked out by those ice shards. So it's a very fast, very powerful Pokemon, even able to take on some of the top dogs in the cup like Umbreon. So I'm very excited to use it. I can tell you right now, it will be on my final team of 6 for the Catacomb Cup, so you can kind of follow that in the coming weeks. I'll hopefully be uploading some tournament footage as well. If you made it this far in the video, guys, please be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, guys, I'm Wyvern.